The Day of the Lord, a reflection on divine judgment. The prophetic writings of the Bible are filled with vivid imagery and stark warnings about the Day of the Lord, a theme that resonates deeply in both the Old and New Testaments. Zechariah chapter 14 verse 12 captures a chilling vision of divine retribution. Their flesh shall dissolve while they stand on their feet, their eyes shall dissolve in their sockets, and their tongues shall dissolve in their mouths. This passage serves as a poignant reminder of the consequences of rebellion against God and the ultimate fate that awaits those who oppose Him. The nature of divine wrath. The idea of judgment is not limited to Zechariah. In 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10, we read that, "The day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat." Both texts highlight a cataclysmic event where God's judgment purges the earth of unrighteousness. The imagery of melting and dissolution evokes a sense of total annihilation, underscoring the severity of divine wrath. Psalm chapter 97 verse 5 reinforces this theme. "The mountains melted like wax at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the Lord of the whole earth." Mountains, symbols of strength and permanence, are rendered powerless in the face of God's majesty. This serves as a metaphor for the ultimate authority of God over all creation, indicating that nothing is beyond His control, including the natural order itself. A cosmic perspective. Isaiah chapter 14 provides further context. "This is the plan determined for the whole world. This is the hand stretched out over all nations." The implication is clear. God's purpose is universal, extending beyond Israel to encompass all humanity. His hand is powerful and unyielding, and no one can thwart His will. Similarly, Isaiah chapter 13 warns that, "The day of the Lord is near. It will come like destruction from the Almighty." It paints a picture of terror and anguish, where every heart will melt with fear. This vivid imagery evokes a sense of impending doom, compelling the reader to confront the reality of divine judgment. The consequences of sin has severe repercussions. Romans chapter 1 verse 18 states, "The wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men." This underscores that God's anger is directed toward those who suppress the truth through their actions. Job chapter 1 verse 16 recounts how, "The fire of God fell from heaven and burned up the sheep and the servants." This serves as another illustration of God's consuming fire, a motif echoed in Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 24. "The Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God." The fire symbolizes both purification and judgment, indicating that God's holiness cannot tolerate sin. The earth and cosmic catastrophe. The effects of divine judgment are not limited to human beings but extend to the earth itself. Isaiah chapter 24 verses 19 to 21 describes a world in chaos. "The earth will be broken up. The earth will split open. The earth will shake violently." This imagery suggests a complete upheaval of the natural order, reflecting the weight of human sin. The earth collide with the sun, the results would be catastrophic. The intense heat and energy from the sun would incinerate the planet almost instantly, obliterating all forms of life. This aligns metaphorically with the biblical depictions of divine judgment. Both events signal an end to existence as we know it. Conclusion. The scriptures remind us that the day of the Lord is a day of reckoning. The vivid descriptions of divine judgment serve as both a warning and an invitation to repentance. In contemplating passages from Zechariah, 2 Peter, and Isaiah, we are urged to acknowledge the seriousness of sin and the power of God's holiness. The imagery of dissolution and melting is not merely poetic. It serves as a stark reminder of the ultimate fate that awaits those who stand in opposition to God. It compels us to reflect on our lives, urging a return to righteousness in the fear of the Lord, who is a consuming fire and a sovereign judge over all creation.